Recognizes you.
Not you? Oh, just me.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. All right.
He's a celebrity.
The number people
Right,
know
know
him
him.
because they work up here. So every day, garbage trucks are driving all over Jacksonville picking up our stinky trash, right? And since they spend all day on the road maneuvering around pedestrians and bicyclists and cars and trucks and buses, they have a lot of rules they have to follow so that they stay safe and that everybody that they come in contact with also stays safe. So they're going to talk to you today about how they stay safe on the road, and they're also going to give you some information about how you can help them stay safe. Because there's actually some things that you can do with your trash that will help them be safer when they're working. And then they're also going to tell you some do's and don'ts of, don't ever run up to a garbage truck. That's very dangerous. So we're going to talk about that stuff today. And then when they're all finished talking, they'll take questions. Just questions, not, hey, I have a question. Your truck is really big. That's not a question, right? So be thinking about if you have a question you'd like to ask. And Mr. Kenny here is going to take questions at the very end, okay? And they're also going to show you at the end how the truck works. And we might even get them to honk for you. Did you guys hear the truck honking earlier?
Yeah.
So it's even louder when you're out here. So hopefully we'll have time for that too, okay? We're not taking questions yet. I'm going to introduce you to my friends. This is Mr. Kenny Patterson. This is Mr. Daryl Harmon and Mr. Tony Riley. Okay, so Mr. Tony, Mr. Daryl, and Mr. Kenny, and they're going to talk to you today about road safety with the garbage trucks, okay? Can you guys give Mr. Kenny a big round of applause? And Mr. Daryl and Mr. Tony? Okay, go ahead, Mr. Kenny.
All right. Good morning. How are y'all doing? Good. Good. We serve Atlantic Beach, Florida. I'm the supervisor for Atlantic Beach for the garbage, yard waste, and recycle. These two gentlemen here are the ones that handle the garbage for Atlantic Beach. They've been here for a long time. Between them, they've been here about over 40-something years of experience in garbage. So we've been out here a long time, servicing the community, and it is our pleasure to be out, to be able to talk to you about safety as far as the garbage truck and kind of what we do and kind of some do's and don'ts and ways that you can help us to stay safe when we're out here. One of the big things first is that you are sitting here, and one of the reasons why you're sitting here and not up near the garbage truck is because this is about the distance that you need to be when a garbage truck comes into your neighborhood. You don't ever want to run up to a garbage truck for any reason, even to throw garbage in the trash or anything like that. You don't want to come up and touch the front of it or anything like that. Number one is, a lot of you are smaller and everything, so if you run up to a garbage truck and Tony is somewhere doing garbage or Daryl's in the truck, they may not see you. So there may be a chance that you're up there and they may take off and you might get hit. So you always want to stay a distance away from that. The other thing is that up in the front of the garbage truck, when you go up in the front, if you touch anything, it's hot. Depending on what you touch, you can burn yourself, because those electrical equipment in there and the machines in there are burning up. So you put your hands on it and you can burn yourself really bad on it. So you don't want to ever touch any part of a garbage truck. The third thing is touching a garbage truck. You don't want to touch it is because it's a garbage truck. So you don't want to put your hands on a garbage truck because there's all kind of bacteria, diseases, everything. We pick up everything. So you don't know, you putting your hands on a garbage truck can expose you in all kind of ways. You put your hands on it, then you run around and then you touch your face, or you turn around and you don't wash your hands and you eat something, then whatever bacteria is on that garbage truck is on you. So you never want to do that. If you need to get our attention, then let us know. Also, you don't want to come up and throw anything into the hopper, that's called a hopper. You don't want to come up and, even trying to help us out, you don't want to come up and just throw anything in there, because you get too close to that. If it's moving, if that machine is moving and it's sucking up the garbage, sometimes stuff can come flying out of it, and you can get hit by whatever's flying out of it, whether there's garbage juice, which is nasty, any type of, could be a piece of wood, could be a piece of metal, could be a piece of glass. So you never want to come up to it when the machine is moving. When that truck is on or off, but you definitely never want to come up to it when it's moving like that, because you don't know if it's in motion, especially if that machine right there is in motion and it's going up. You don't know what can come flying out of it at all. I mean, we can't control it, whatever's coming out of it, because we don't know what's in there. So that's one of the main things. If you have something that you need us to pick up, just get our attention, and we'll be happy to get it. Even if you just leave it on the curb and just say, "Could you pick that up for me?" and we'll do it. No problem. No problem at all. So some of the things as far as garbage men have to do to stay safe, there's a number of things that we require for a garbage man to stay safe. Number one is we require our garbage men to always wear steel-toe boots. They have to wear steel-toe. Even the supervisor has to wear steel-toe when you're out there, because when you're picking up any type of garbage or any type of anything, if it falls on you and you don't have steel toes on, you can break your foot. So that's happened. So you always want to make sure we require them to have steel toe. The other thing is that we require them to have gloves. These are specialized gloves. We call these gloves ASL Cut Level 4 resistant gloves. Now, these can handle certain glass to a certain extent, but it can't stop all punctures, but it can stop a lot. But they're required to have them whenever they're servicing garbage, because you don't want your hands exposed to any of the garbage that's in there, because you don't know what's in there. So require that. The other thing is, I gotta borrow your glasses again. Sorry, thanks. The other thing is, and which is near and dear to me, is safety glasses. And safety glasses, as I said to the last class, safety glasses is very important to me, because a quick story about the safety glasses with me was when I first started on the back of the garbage truck, I thought I was a big shot by not wearing it. I thought that, I just didn't want to wear it and stuff like that. And so when I first started, and then after a couple of weeks, I started having problems with my eyes. With just, my eyes were just constantly turning red. They were constantly puffy and stuff like that. And so I finally went to the doctor. Because they were just bothering me. And the doctor goes through and he says, "Well, you've got a lot of just dirt buildup in your eyes." And he asked me what I did, and I told him. He said, "Do you wear your safety glasses?" I said, "No." He said, "Well, if you want your eyes, if you want to keep having a good pair of eyes, you better stop and you better wear them." So ever since then, this was years ago. Ever since then, I've always worn my safety glasses, and and I'm big out there as far as my men, and making sure that they're wearing their safety glasses and everything to protect their eyes. So that's a big thing on us, PPE. The other thing about PPE is that we all wear high visibility shirts and everything, so we can see. We don't service garbage at night, because we cannot see that well at night. So we usually cut it off, usually right before it gets dark. But we always require our drivers and helpers to wear high visibility PPE so they can be seen, because they're in the street all day long. And you would not believe sometimes, you have people, on the phone texting, or just people, they're, sometimes they're driving and they're not just paying attention, we'll run into it. We've had a lot of close calls. So those high vis PPP is very important. Even the supervisor has to wear it, because I'm out all the time talking to them, so I've got to wear it. So, it's very important. So, our PPE protection is important. Now, as far as the one of our safety rules for the helper is that we have the step right here. The helper is on the step right here. Okay, now these couple of things about this. When the helper is on the step and they're servicing the customer, they can never be on the step like this with the driver right there, because you have oncoming traffic, and we've had this happen actually recently, where we've had a helper on the back on the step on this side of the step, and he was on the back and he got hit. And I'm not sure if he lost his life or not, but he got hurt very badly. So our helpers always have to be on this step right here, on this step, away from the oncoming traffic. So then that's a requirement. The other requirement for our helpers is that when the truck is moving over 10 miles an hour, they cannot be on the step at all. Because if they're on the step when it's moving faster than 10 miles an hour, they can get hit. I'm sorry, not hit, but they can fall. They can slip and fall. Sometimes if it's raining, those gloves are slippery, and if they're on the back here and he's going 15 to 20 something miles an hour, he can fall and get hurt. So they can only go 10 miles an hour on the back step right there. So that's one of the requirements for the helper. And Tony's known that. He's been here for a long time. So those are kind of one of the things. The other thing is when and I didn't mention this in the other part, but when we're also backing up the truck, if they're in a situation where they have to back up the truck, the helper is always backing up the truck. He's always looking and giving the directions. He never turns his back while the truck is backing up, because you turn your back and you never know, you can have an accident that way. So the helper is always going to guide. And not only that, if he turns his back, what happens if a young kid comes walking through there and he turns his back and he's going this way and the driver doesn't see him? The kid can get hit. Yeah. So we have all kinds of safety rules in place like that for as far as safety. So that's a little about safety. I think we're going to talk about garbage, and as far as what you put in the garbage and how making sure the garbage is secure and stuff like that. Making sure, like for example, if you have a bunch of garbage and you want to make sure it's secure when we throw it in there and it doesn't spill all over, you want to make sure that it's tight, it's wrapped tight all the time. Because what happens is these guys are pros. These guys are very, very fast and they're quick. And in order to service everybody and get everybody in a timely manner, we gotta go. So when we get it, we gotta go. If the garbage is open and you have glass or all kind of debris in there, it's gonna go flying out everywhere. You could have some glass in there and it could fall down and it could break on the ground. Now, of course, we're gonna pick up everything. We're gonna pick up the pieces as much as we can. But especially when you're dealing with glass, you can't pick up every little piece. So if somebody comes walking and don't have shoes on, they step on it and cut themselves. So to help us to avoid something like that happening, please secure all garbage. And then make sure if you have a garbage can and you have a lid, make sure the lid is on nice and tight. Because if you don't, what'll happen is some of the animals in the neighborhood, maybe your pets or maybe strays may come and they'll knock it over, and that again can spill glass, or just debris all over the road, and it could cause any kind of safety hazard or anything like that. So I think I'm going to stop here because I know I'll just keep on talking. Does anybody have any questions for me? Yes.
Are you going to show us what it looks like when those things that get crushed?
Yes, I will. Yeah.
So you're going to turn it on?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yep.
we're gonna answer some questions.
Yeah.
First.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
Okay.
that. Yes.
I broke a cup that my mom really liked, and then it fell all over the ground. And I got it cut on my on both of my feet.
Yeah.
Not
that's,
good.
that's scary.
Always when you pick up glass, have gloves on. Always, always. Yes.
Do you also have to have like the wheels on the guard?
Yeah. Well, yeah. You want to have it. Yeah. You want to have. You don't want it to fall off. Whatever. We'll get it. We'll get it. If it's at the curb, we'll take care of it. Yes. Where is it? What now? Why is it so big? Oh, because this
How many houses do you guys pick up every day?
almost 1,300.
Every day?
One truck?
Yes.
One truck.
Wow.
That one.
1,300 houses for that one.
Yes.
And it holds how many
it
pounds
holds
of trash?
40. It holds almost 40,000 pounds of garbage.
And then
That's
where does
half
it
the
go
city.
after the truck is full? Where does
We go-
Daryl and Tony have to go?
If they go to Baldwin, the landfill is in Baldwin, Florida, which is about an hour and a half from here.
Yeah.
So when they get done, and yeah, they're loaded. That thing holds almost 40,000, and you feel it when you're driving. You better drive slow because or because there's once you're driving in a loaded truck, if you're not paying attention, and there's a light coming and you got to slam on brakes, it's too late. The brakes are not gonna.
Garbage trucks have a big danger
Yeah.
of rolling over.
Yes.
Like when they're going around a corner because they're so
Yes.
heavy, so they have to go very slow. So if you're ever in the car with mom and dad and they're going, God, why can't this garbage truck get out of the way?
They have
You
to.
say, Mom and Dad, that truck is so heavy that if they went any faster, they might roll over. Somebody gets hurt, traffic gets backed up, trash has to get picked up. So that when they're driving slow, it's for safety.
Yes.
For safety.
Yes, because if we hit you, it's bad.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like another car hitting you.
Penelope, did you have
My
a
mom
question?
told me.
Put your hand up if you have a question.
If you found anything,
Yeah, what kind of stuff do you find in the trash?
Oh, okay. Money. Yeah, money. Rings, diamond rings. A lot of stuff. A lot of cameras, TVs.
All right, who else has a question?
If you are homeless and you were what would you do? Keep it or would you?
We're raising our hands if we have questions. Go ahead.
Sometimes people bring me.
I went to go get one of the snow cones, and they gave me change and $1 I accidentally put my dollar in there. I'm like, nope, not gonna do that in there.
You enjoy it? Okay.
Okay, questions. Who has a question that you asked Mr. Kenny? Josh? How old do you have to be to drive a truck?
To drive a truck, just to drive or just to be a helper?
Just to be
18. 18.
18 and
18. Yes. Yes, sir.
And I know, Josh, I know somebody if you want to get a job.
take all the trash and just put it in landfill.
No, we take it to the landfill. We take it to the landfill and dump it, and then what happens is we dump it, and then the bulldozers come at the landfill, they smush it, and then we dump more on top of it, and they smush it, and they just build it up like that. That's how we dispose of garbage.
Then they put dirt on top of it,
Yep.
they put grass seed on top of
Yep.
it, and then they go dig a hole next to there and they put more trash in
more
that
trash.
hole and do it all over
I saw
again.
one of the, I saw a landfill. There's a landfill
Yeah.
next to my house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's one next on
Who
Sorry,
has a
yes.
question?
Yes, you. Say it again. The average size of a garbage truck would be this one. This is a 32-yarder. This is a 32-yard garbage truck. We have them in a 28-yard. We have them as small as 28, which is a little bit smaller than that one right there. But if you want to pick up a route That's 32 yards.
That's the truck.
Yeah, that's the truck. you
This
want.
young lady's been very patient. Go ahead. Yeah, how long are your showers?
Yeah, well.
Daryl, Tony,
my-
how long of a shower do you take at the end of the day?
3 hours.
my wife will not let me, if I'm, full of garbage, she's not letting me through the door. She's not. I gotta go
She
change.
gets the hose out,
yeah,
right? Like this?
she'll throw my clothes outside and put these on, and then when you get to come in later.
Sky, do you have a question, Sky?
Yes.
Don't you have like other garbage trucks to help you out? Aren't there other garbage trucks around here?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. These two guys are the best. They don't need help. They're the best for the business. But but every once in a while, I may bring them help. But they're good.
Are you thinking that one truck could pick up all of Jacksonville?
No.
No. Okay, Logan, you have a question?
On this truck, no, because it's too dirty. I don't want to expose anybody. It's too
We're
dirty.
gonna see the truck operate, but we're not gonna go inside of it.
And also, you can all trash today.
Yeah, they have a route. They still have a route.
Rylan?
Yeah.
Did you see Rylan? Yeah, Rylan?
No, they're in the truck. Yeah, they're in the truck. They can't go past 10 miles an hour. So no,
Okay,
they're in.
last question. Isla, last question.
Do you keep the stuff that's like the money in the truck?
Do we
Oh,
what
if
now?
you find money and jewelry, do you keep it in the truck? What do you do with the stuff that you find?
They're supposed to give it back.
Yeah.
Y'all give it back? Okay.
Yeah.
They
So
give
if
it back.
something falls out of the can and they're at the curb, they'll go put it in the mailbox
Yeah.
or go knock on the door and give it to the homeowner.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys are going to show us how the truck works?
Yes.
All right, everybody please don't get up. Just stay right here because we don't
Work
want you any closer.
You gonna work it?
than you already are.